What's
Hey
up, guys?
guys.
Welcome to Rainliners Reviews. Today we're gonna do a review for you on Black Panther. Now we just came back from this movie a while back.
Well, not
This
a
is-
while back, just like maybe 30 minutes ago.
Yeah,
We just came back from the theaters,
this is our third try trying to do this. Our dogs keep
messing it up.
yes. But anyways, so this movie is. I'm gonna just start off saying this movie is pretty damn good.
Did it meet your expectations? Yes and no.
I honestly don't know because I didn't know what to expect when this movie came out was announced.
Yeah. I didn't really have any I expected it to be a good and entertaining movie. That's really the only expectation that I walked in with. Expectations on the character itself, on what I expected from the other characters. I didn't really want to go in with a lot of expectations already. I just wanted a good, entertaining movie, and I got that. It was very entertaining. There was not a dull moment. Yes, there were some flaws, but there was also a lot of good as well. Right?
Okay, nice summing it up. Yeah, she's right. There's very minor flaws. For me, they brought the movie down a notch or two because the flaws
Were
kept
a little
happening.
bit repetitive.
Yeah.
Little flaws that kept repeating itself.
But as far as the movie goes, I loved it. The fighting was the best fighting was from the Dora Milaje. They are the best
my
fighters.
gosh, they were. Yes, girlfriend. Yes, that is how you fight. They put everyone they came across
To shame.
exactly. They put everyone in their place. If they were to fight against the Amazonians from Wonder Woman, they would put them in their place. They were a lot better. They were a lot more enjoyable to watch. They were fighting with so much more skill and technique and they were so much
much
more
swagger to
fearless. They had so much attitude and they knew who they were, and oh my god, it was just amazing. And their heart was in it, so you felt their passion as well. You felt what they were feeling, and you just kept rooting for them, and they were just amazing. They blew everything out of the water.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a better group of female fighters in a movie ever.
Well,
Wonder Woman-
even when it just showed them fighting one at a time, because there's some scenes where it's just one of them fighting, and then it could show another shot of another one of them fighting, and they were kicking ass just by themselves. They didn't even need to be in a group.
right?
Yeah,
Fuck.
they're fighting better than Black Panther himself.
Yes.
They were.
No, that's
No,
we're
but
not
they
joking.
were. They were.
Wonder Woman could kiss their ass because
That is how you do it.
As fucking
this
good.
is how you do it. What are they called?
Huh?
The what? The
Dora Milaje?
Dora Milaje. Yeah, them. That's how you do it. I'm so proud of those girls. Oh my gosh, yes, girlfriend.
She can roll her R's, but she can't say Dora Milaje. Anyways, so the fighting was really good from them. Black Panther, I feel like they need to work on his character a little more.
He was not the focus on. I feel like he wasn't the most interesting. He wasn't the hook of this movie.
Yeah,
I didn't.
I guess they weren't interested in establishing him as much, which I guess it's not all that bad. But
It
you can't
wasn't
call
in a bad way.
You can't call it Black Panther and not.
You should have
put the
just
focus
called
on
it Wakanda.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
this
think that would've
movie.
been a
This
better
movie
title.
was about Wakanda, not so much about Black Panther. Well, what's his name?
T'Challa.
It wasn't about T'Challa himself. Yes, it all kind of revolves around him transitioning from prince to king, but the movie itself was more so about the people involved and who it affected and the country itself.
Yeah, like they Like another thing that they said was that T'Chaka or on Double Toasted they said T'Challa was like too perfect, and it's like he
Like he was just too chill all the time. That's what they said. That he was just too chill
why
and just kind of there. You know, okay, the same type of like mannerism and just the same kind of mood.
the fuck do you want him to do? Be surprised? Like no, like even people say that I have a demeanor where like they're like, oh, you're always chill. Are you high? Like no, I'm not fucking high. I'm just chill. Like I don't feel that there's a need to always have some type of emotion shown for everybody to see. Like because my dad taught me,
And
you
that,
don't
but I
have-
mean, but I would kind of expect that from a king, especially if you're trained your whole life to be a king. I would expect you not to show your feelings and not like make a decision out of spite because of your feelings. Just more so, you get information. If this is hurting our country, we're gonna make a decision to fix that, and that's the end of it, right?
yeah.
You can't let your emotion get in the way. Same with politicians and politics. You cannot let your emotions get in the way. It's
And
just
that's another
facts
thing.
and decisiveness.
That's another thing they said. I think it was Corey. He said that he felt that T'Challa was like Trump because he wouldn't let people in, and it was like, you sound so fucking stupid, dude.
no.
From another black person, like you sound like ridiculous.
Black
saying
Panther is not talking shit about other people.
that. Yeah,
Black Panther is not, you know,
and he said it best in the movie. He's like, "I'm the king of fucking Wakanda. I'm not, king
the
of the world." Like,
exactly.
it
He's just doing his part for his country. And one person cannot be in charge. People have tried. People have tried in the past to try to take over the world, but does that work? No. And it's unrealistic. And he knew that in this movie. And he said, you know what? I'm doing it's like your family. You know, you're trying to do what's best for your family. I'm sorry about your friends. I'm sorry about these outsider people. I can only help my family. And that's what he's saying, like his family being his country.
Yeah, and plus he just became king.
He
Like,
just became king.
He can't fucking just, well, my first day as king, I'm gonna rule the world now. Like,
Yeah.
no. And even if he did do
He's
that,
basically in as soon as he became king, all of the problem and like he's kind of left in a position where he knows like he has to clean up the mess that his father left behind. And that's like the biggest thing, I think, right?
Yeah.
His dad kind of made a mess that he kind of just swept under the rug, and it emerged when T'Challa became king, and now he knows what the right thing to do is. He knows what he needs to do, but there are certain dilemmas that are keeping him from doing it, and that is basically what this movie is about.
Yep. And yeah, you said it best. But the humor in this movie was very
It
was very on the
point.
nose.
Yeah, very relevant, true to what it is, and like it just like the timing could not be better with these jokes.
Yeah,
like,
and I'm so
it is
glad
hilarious.
that I'm so glad that they weren't like super preachy and shit. Like
Yeah.
they were actually funny, actually made sense, actually like
Funny.
come on, like
Yeah.
you know that's true.
You said it like what? Like you said that? Like oh my
Yeah.
god, you were thinking it.
Fucking colonizer.
I know. Like it is hilarious. You guys gotta see it.
But,
Also,
here's our Black Panther.
hi. Another one of my favorite things about this movie was the villain.
Yes.
He was amazing.
I think he's the best villain in Marvel. As far
And
as
also, one of the best characters, not the best character in the movie.
as far as it's like the last few movies, their villains have been the best of all the Marvel movies. You got Vulture coming in from Spider-Man, best villain. Well, no, you had Zemo come in first, best villain of the time. Then you had Vulture come in, most relatable villain of the time. Then you had who was it? Hela. she was probably the best. She was the most badass villain of the MCU. And then you got Killmonger now, and he's probably for me he's the more relatable and understandable villain.
Yeah, he's you definitely are like you definitely get where he's coming from and you understand where he's coming from and you are rooting for him. Like I was rooting for him for part of this movie, and you know the core intention of what he's trying to do in this movie is absolutely amazing. It is like, yes, we need that. That'll make the world a better place. But the way he's going about it is wrong. And that is what makes him the villain in this movie. So he's absolutely right in what he wants to do and what his goal is. But how he gets there, it's like, oh, okay, that's where we disagree.
Yeah.
Right?
And yeah, like it just a little bit it pisses me off a little bit, like how they use the villain in this movie, because he could be so much more, but
yeah.
But at the same time, it's like it would be hard for them to just keep the character around. But I mean, who knows? The villain could be in any other movie or whatnot. But yeah,
I loved this character.
Michael B. Jordan is probably like one of my favorite actors. Like every movie that I've seen him in, I've loved. So
yeah. So it was really cool. Yeah. Any other positives? The scenery of it all, like how just the visuals of it all. I think it was really cool.
It was very fucking pretty.
It's very colorful, and I loved it. And if you think Africa, you think like colorful, you think like yellow, red, green, blue, and all the colors. And it showed in this movie, and I'm just like, oh my god, I love it. I loved it. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
You think nature, of course, the people being, more so being one with nature compared to, a lot of other continents, right? And they definitely were.
But yeah, let's move on to the negative so we can wrap this up. Yeah. So for the negative for me, he took his mask off too fucking much. Like, there was so many times where it's like, why are you taking your mask off? Like,
I fell down in a fight. I need to take my mask off so you can see my face.
Yeah, look at my face.
I'm worried. I'm losing.
Right? It's like
Lola. Oh.
Our dog is
moving.
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry. But yeah, it's like, why is he doing this so much? And I know it's because they need to show his face off in the movie, but
Iron Man don't do that.
Yeah, he doesn't do that.
Spider-Man don't do that.
He doesn't do it as much as he did. Like, there was
if they take off their mask, it is after a fight.
There was there was a fight scene where he took his mask off at least 6 to 10 times. Like, it was either
excessive.
falling,
it was excessive,
or looking, or getting punched, or like he kept doing it. It's like, stop, dude.
Keep your mask on.
Like,
protect your head.
I'm surprised he didn't get shot in the face. Like, there was so many times where he took his mask off and people are shooting at him. It's like, don't do that. Don't.
Mm-hmm. The suit is already badass. Like, use the suit to its full advantage. Like, you were just leaving a window for the person that you're fighting to hurt you and harm you.
And then another thing I didn't like was, or that I felt was bad was there was like the end battle, the CGI looked pretty bad.
Yeah, like the rhinos.
Well, the rhinos weren't all that bad. Like, you could tell they were CGI, but
yeah.
But no, it wasn't that one. The last battle, like it was very CGI, and it didn't look finished. It didn't look polished.
No, I get what you're saying.
But yeah, there's that. What they did with the villain.
The ending,
Yeah.
the conclusion. Well, not the conclusion.
I mean,
what they did with at the end.
I liked his conclusion, but at the same time, I don't like what they did with his conclusion. I felt like it was.
Like you couldn't have done that before. Like.
Yeah, like.
You just weren't happy with it.
Yeah, no.
You just weren't happy with it.
And I don't want to tell you guys what happened until maybe like a week or two after the movie's been out. But but yeah, I didn't like what they did with the villain's conclusion. They should have done something totally different. Because I mean, like the better villains should survive, and they keep killing most of them in one way or another. Not necessarily killing, because I'm not gonna say if he died or not, but like they keep like doing things to where it's like, well, is this person gonna come back or are they not?
Yeah.
And
You just weren't happy with it.
yeah, I wasn't happy with that at all. One of the villains they did something really stupid with. Like it was a waste of time. I'm not gonna tell you that one either. But
Okay.
but
Well, who with who?
the other villain,
What other villain?
the other one,
The white guy?
yeah. Like
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to be
What
very
is-
vague because people haven't seen this movie and I don't want to spoil it.
Well, no, but
That's
there's
why I'm
like
not
there's
trying
like
to
it's like
explain
a black market person, right? That dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get what you mean. Okay.
But yeah, it was a waste of time. And but that's pretty much all my gripes. What are yours?
The taking off the mask didn't really like bother me as much as Ray did, but once he pointed it out to me, I'm just like, like you're right. They did take it off way too much. I don't like how like the movie wasn't it wasn't like the Black Panther movie. It was like the Wakanda movie, which I love. Like I liked the movie for itself. I just felt like the title wasn't really appropriate.
Yeah.
The title, it was kind of like misleading, a little bit.
Because they didn't really focus on Black Panther.
No, they focused on who's gonna take care of our country and what is our country gonna do under the rule of our new leader, right? Because there were some big changes that were going on, and it could possibly affect like their way of life could change forever, like as they know it, and I felt like it was more so about the country and the people as opposed to just the king, which I am all for. I love the movie; it was very entertaining, but just the title, it was just kind of like misleading. I don't like how. What's his name again? I keep forgetting his name.
Killmonger or T'Challa?
T'Challa. I keep forgetting his name. T'Challa wasn't really that great of a fighter.
Yes.
And it said there is a scene in there where T'Challa is talking with his dad, the king, the former king, saying how they raised him his whole life in preparation to become a king, to become a fighter, and to become a Black Panther. So you would expect for him to have better fighting techniques. So yeah, I was very disappointed in his fighting.
Yeah.
Those are my biggest gripes.
Yeah, like he got his ass beat by basically everybody. Yeah, just about.
Yeah.
But
the movie was very entertaining. There was not a dull moment. I felt like, my heart was in this movie. I felt for the people and the characters in this movie. I wanted to cry in some points. I was laughing. I was like, hell no in some points. I was like, you go girl in some points. I was like hitting all my feelings. It was touching my heart in every little deep corner. And it's very relatable, very understanding, and you just feel for this movie. And not to mention, you know, the fact that it did kind of play in the arena of like kind of like the like it did address racism in a very smart and subtle way, just enough for you need to know, and you can tell that it was that because of its history, it really fed into the motivation of why some of these characters were doing what they were doing.
Yeah, like
it was just like, yes, like I'm so like, yes, absolutely.
Yeah, and like I kind of wanted to cry a little bit with the Killmonger, everything that they were talking about, because it's like, fuck, like
it hit home. It'll hit home for a lot of people, because you know, some kids do not get to grow up with you know, their parents, or you know what I mean, like the struggles of, you know, I'm not saying just for
yeah,
like just for that. Whatever.
What would you rate it?
I would rate it a full price. Not a better than sex, because there were still some flaws in it that just kind of didn't cut it for me. But definitely worth seeing in the movies for full price. Like, I wouldn't mind paying full price again.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll see about that. I rated it full price. I'm kind of borderline on matinee. Like, I do love the movie, but at the same time, I just feel like there's so much more they could have done with it, or at least focused a little bit more on the main character, or at least the title character, because they didn't focus on him. They focused on pretty much everybody else a little bit more than he did. Than they focused on him, and I just wanted him to be like, I was expecting him to be a better fighter, because he was whooping Winter Soldier's ass and Captain America's ass. Like, why is he
not delivering in this film?
Yeah, and I guess they did that same thing with Wonder Woman. Like, she was whooping ass and BVS, and then in her movie she was kind of boring. Like, she was just standing and posing and stuff. But like,
there were a lot of cool action scenes.
Yeah, I just feel like the next time that they do this movie, they need to work a little bit more on the CGI. But that's about it.
Yeah, there's a lot of CGI in this one.
Oh, and you guys should definitely stick around for the extra credit scene. It's at the very end. It's kind of cool, but I'm not gonna tell you much more than that. But thank you guys for watching. Yes, there are two, but the best one's at the very, very end. But like, share, subscribe. Let us know what you guys think about the movie when you see it. Let us know what you think about this review, and let us know what else you want us to talk about. Thank you guys, and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.